Hey there, and welcome to your Tuesday, March 3rd, 2026 morning update. Did you know the UN is going bankrupt? They've always been morally bankrupt. We have no doubt about that. But financially, they're in a world of hurt. Check this out.
The Secretary General has, as you know, repeatedly made clear the problem both of non-payment of Jews by member states and the related problem of the UN being forced to repay member states for budget money that it does not spend. So those two factors have put us on an unsustainable trajectory. We ended 2025 with a record $1.56 billion in outstanding dues, which is more than double that of the previous year. We face a real danger of running out of money.
Well,
Now, we all know Mr. Trump has created the Board of Peace as an alternative form of discussion among major countries. If you want to be on the Board of Peace, you have to pony up the money up front to get your seat at that table, and a bunch of nations have already done it. They've had their first meeting. Meanwhile, the UN lets you have a seat and just begs you to pay them. But not everybody's paying. 150-ish of the 193 nations represented are paying, and the rest of them aren't. And apparently 95% of the money that they're missing is because the United States is just done with the United Nations. The obvious answer is that Trump intends to use the Board of Peace to replace the United Nations, or at least to become something effective. Effective like Donald Trump from his UN speech last year. Quote, "It's too bad that I had to do these things instead of the United Nations doing them." He's talking about ending wars. And sadly, in all cases, the United Nations did not even try to help in any of them. I ended 7 wars, dealt with the leaders of each and every one of these countries, and never ever received a phone call from the United Nations offering to help in finalizing the deal. All I got from the United Nations was an escalator that on the way up stopped right in the middle. If the First Lady wasn't in great shape, she would have fallen. But she's in great shape. We're both in good shape. We're both still. And then a teleprompter that didn't work. These are the two things I got from the United Nations: a bad escalator and a bad teleprompter. I don't know if China is willing to defund the UN because China's been using the UN to project power around the world. But is Donald Trump talking to some of these nations and saying, hey, you know what, the UN is useless, stop giving them money? Maybe trade deals? Hey, how about if you just say screw the UN? I don't know. It's possible. I would have thought we would have heard about it if it had happened. But it's kind of the way he works. He makes deals. And one of the deals he'd like to make is to end the UN. I'm pretty sure it's on his list. End the WHO. We're not paying them any money anymore. How about the IPCC, the International Political Climate Cult? They're useless, unless, of course, you wanted to waste trillions and trillions of dollars that could have been used for more productive purposes, especially in second and third world countries. The UN's primary role at this point is to hate on Israel and America, and we don't need the UN for that. Why should we fund them? Maybe with any luck, they'll be gone soon. And then the world's haters and despots and third world countries who are just laundering money from the UN into their own pockets will have to find another way to do it. That's it for today. We'll talk to you.